So about a year ago, I decided I was going to do water-fed pole as a bit of a test really, just to see how cheap you can do it. This is just 100 gallons per day, that's all. And that keeps me going for three days, from sort of 10 till 9, 10 o'clock till 2:30, two of us, 3 days a week. Comes down here into that. Our water here is horrendous and goes through the wall. I mean, it comes out the tap at, oh god, I don't know, it's a lot. Do you know what, I can't even remember, it's 400 and something. Comes out of the RO at around 14 to 18, and then I'll just use that to polish it off. You'll have to excuse the mess in here, this is just our downstairs toilet really. You know, it's a bit of a mess in here. But yeah, that just goes straight through the wall to the tank that I'll show you in a minute. My cheap submersible pump off eBay. If you do a search on eBay, you'll see these. There's hundreds of the bloody things. They're everywhere. Cheap as chips from China. I don't know, can't remember how much I paid for it, but you'll see how well it works in a minute. This is my setup for the water. It comes through the wall from the downstairs bathroom, through the wall into here onto a stopcock. Fills my water, which is now filling up barrels in my car. Wow, the pickup. Now, it's not amazing, but it fills a barrel. Hang on, we'll get one around the front so you can see. Now, I was filling these up by hand at the bottom of the tank, which was taking literally hours. As you can see, it takes, I don't know, 30 seconds per barrel. You can fill the whole lot up in no time at all really. And that's like the cheapest one. You can get better ones, but as you can see, it's more than adequate really. Obviously I don't care about getting water in the back of here because it's all lined anyway. When I drive along, people wonder what the hell's going on, there's water pouring out the back of the pickup. So that's the transfer pump, as you can see. Works pretty well for the price, can't go wrong really. So, water fed pole on the cheap. Now, I started out with all those barrels and a backpack, which everyone recognises that backpack. I bet everybody that's done water fed poles had one or one very similar to it, which works well, but once you get a few more customers it gets a bit tiresome, keep filling the bloody thing up all day. So I was going to put a 350 litre tank in the back of here, which fits great. Problem is I do pressure washing out of this as well. Yeah, I know, get a van, but I much prefer the pickup, it's a bit more comfortable. But anyway, I actually did this as a bit of a test about a year ago. I thought, I wonder how cheap you really can go and do water fed pole. So I thought I'd give it a go. So this is the cheapest, pretty much cheapest 100 psi pump I could find. I don't know if that will focus on that or not. Oh, there we go. I'm sure you'll recognise that off the bay. 100 psi. Not sure what the litres per minute are. Doesn't actually say. Oh, it does. 4 litres per minute. 100 psi. Cheap as chips. I think it was 15 quid. I bought 2 of them. This is about a year ago. I've got another one still sat in the drawer because I bought it. I used to keep it in the van because everybody told me that the world would explode and kittens would die, and won't somebody think about the children when I said about getting a cheap pump, saying, oh, you could have a Shoreflow. Now, don't get me wrong, Shoreflow I'm sure are absolutely brilliant, but didn't really fit in with what I was trying to do. A couple of Jubilee clips, 10mm pipe, pulse wave modulator for the flow control instead of a flow controller. That was, I think it was about £3, maybe £4. Little battery. That was, oh god, what was that? About 15 quid I think. 12 volt 9Ah. I have to charge this every day. Simple switch on and off. Charge point. Now, all I do, obviously I would highly recommend, if you don't have to keep getting your water in and out, getting yourself a tank. Loads better. The problem I have with this setup, which is I'll just stick the pipe in there. Obviously, each time you do it, you need to bleed it because you'll get air locks every time. Don't know if you can see it. That was the air going through it there. Get the airlock out of it, and away you go. I have to do that nearly every time I change the pump, change the tank, change a barrel, which is quite annoying. But hey ho, probably takes about 5 minutes out of my whole day to do it. I think I've got 300 litres in here. Keeps me going. I don't work like some of the boys on the forum. I have heart problems. I can't work solid. But this keeps two of us going from around 10 till it stopped recording for whatever reason. That keeps me going from about 10 till 2. Two of us. We can get 15, 18 houses done in that time. We only work 2 or 3 days a week on Windows anyway. So there you have the basic setup. Amazing hose reel, as you can see. You can get these from the non-hose. This is a hose lock one, which I had just sitting around. But you can get these from B&M and Home Bargains and stuff like that for about £8. They haven't got a hose lock written on them, but they're exactly the same. And a simple CLX. I've got another pole, but this is CLX. What is it? 18. Works great. I mean, I can't see another reason to get a SLX really. So all in all, this cost, God knows. I mean, this I had lying around already. The switch was about £1. The socket was about £1. Battery 15, pump 15. I've got another one just in case. It's been running solidly for about a year. No problem at all. Top of the range pulse wave. If you eBay pulse wave modulator, you'll get these. They're about £3. You know, does the job. I mean, find the end of my hose. I'll show you. I mean, really, at the end of the day, all you're doing is pumping water to the end of your pole. That's all you're doing. You don't need obviously it's nice to have all these fancy gizmos, but that's out of 60 metres of hose. I've had it up to 3-4 stories and it still pumps fine. I'll try and you know, I mean, I've actually discovered I can turn it down quite a long way without nothing wrong with that. You know, that's all you want it to do. It's nice having all these fancy systems, but you don't need it.